Okay, so I just did this epic good introduction. And I did everything spot on. And then I just got onto the wheel to spin day 6. And I'm chatting away to you all, and I'm starting to talk about, and then I just looked up at the camera and it wasn't recording. No! Oh! And I can't go back and pretend because I'm spinning day 6. It's out of the package. It's out of the package. Okay. And I don't think I can fake it. I've actually shredded the bat and drafted it out. I don't think I can fake it. So, okay. Oh gosh, this is what I get. This is what I get for day 5's Dr. Professor Melly-knit's expertise. I'm this is the dumbest thing. Oh, this is the dumbest thing. Okay. Oh, one of those people who laughs even a little bit, and I start to tear up. I swear I'm not sad. I'm mystified at how I could be so stupid that all of a sudden I'm talking. Okay, I'm collecting. Oh, it's actually funnier because already it's sort of ridiculous to be sitting in a room all by yourself, talking to future people who will watch this eventually, but to be sitting in a room all by yourself and you're talking to no one because your phone's not recording. Holy, that's a special brand. That's special. Hi everybody, welcome to day 6 of the Melly-knit's delightful lore. I'm not even gonna do the intro. Maybe I will. Me and my husband have a shop thing that went wild, and we wash a lot of wool up to our elbows in poop and schmear and VM. And anyway, out the other end, it comes out beautiful and the spinners buy it, and here we are. Now I'm sitting here making a video in my living room to nobody. Oh, how's that for an intro? I'm gonna collect. I'm collecting. What's my reset word? Okay. So today is day 6, which is open and sitting in 3 different pieces around my feet. Actually 5 pieces, because there's string, there's tag, there's everything else. So I'm just gonna show you. All right, here's day 5. Oh, it was so good too, guys. I had this whole thing about being at the halfway point and how awesome the halfway point is and blah, blah, blah. And look at me go. Wow. Special. Okay, so here's day 5's bond, all right? So day 6, pretend I'm opening packages and I'm talking, and it's called Shaken Not Stirred, and I said this really funny thing. It was so funny. And then I opened up the wool, which is now in pieces like this. And halfway on my wheel already. Here it is. Oh, it's very snorty, Shabba. So day 6 is day 5's wool. It came in the gold packaging because that means we're looking at an exotic. I can't believe I'm just carrying on right now. My brain is in the red. Oh, so dumb. We're just gonna do it. There's no other choice. The lore must be lored. All right, here we go. There it is. Okay, there's our day 6. So comparing it, when we spin this, it's gonna be extra shiny. We're so off the flow. I'm wildly impressed with myself. Okay, here we go. There's day 6. So right here in this camera, they're both looking pretty heckin' shiny. But when I come back in 2 days and I show you this one compared to this one's got twist in it. It's gonna be it's gonna be super extra double glowy. Normally, a Melly-knit's bat, a glow bat, has 15% silk. We went to 20 because we were going to 20 on everything. So it's just gonna be 5% even shinier. And we picked special silk, which is exactly what I was talking about when I realized that the camera wasn't recording. Let's talk about that heckin' silk. How about that? Okay. Look at this. It's I basically reset I did not reset. Okay, so silk. Okay, so silk. What the heck was I saying about silk? Oh, the wild tropical Tussar silk. So I work with a lot of like airy silk, mulberry silk, Tussar silk. We've heard of these things, but wild tropical Tussar silk is something that is maybe a little less common. And of course, exactly why I picked it, because we're getting all those other silks all the time. This one's interesting. It behaves as the silks do. It's very much like I find that the bombyx silk can be like a bit wavy. Wavy is a good word for it. Like I blend it into bats and it gets like a wave, it gets its wave on. And then there's like the airy silk, which is very, very straight and very even. I find that one to be a little hard to spin. I don't know why. Like it all locks up or something. And then you've got your mugga / muga, depending on how you're saying it. I think it's supposed to be muga, but I really hate saying muga. It sounds like booger. Booger. I don't know why, it bothers me. I say mugga, which I'm probably wrong, but it's how I prefer to say it because I don't like boogers. And then your peduncles, those are my favorite. My favorite to spin. They're like the most coarse for silk, as if we could even call silk coarse ever. They're the most coarse for silk. So anyway, this one relates to me very similar to like the peduncle. This is kind of what this feels like to me. I don't know actually where it lands in line of like silk softness because it's silk, you know what I'm saying? Like they're all pretty heckin' soft. But what's interesting about this one is this is wild and not cultivated. So here's like, I will Mel-splain this for you. This is how I understand silk. So you've got your cute little mothies. They're not cute at all. And then they eat various plants that they will then... Okay. You're probably wondering what the heck is going on. To be fair, same. What the heck is going on? You are just about to hear my epic Mel-splanations on silk. And then your video stopped. And here's Morning Melissa in all of her glory, talking to you instead of continuing on with your regularly scheduled day 6 post. I said an inappropriate word that I didn't know was inappropriate, and I said it like 12 to 15 times in the Mel-splanation. I did not know this was an inappropriate word, a gross, icky term, until Aaron just watched the video. And then at the end, I'm like, so what do you think? Like, can I just get away with posting this? Like, I couldn't go back and repost. He knows that's not how I work. Not go back and repost, go back and re-record when the camera. Anyway, you all just saw it, so you know what I'm talking about. And he was like, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. He goes, but do you know like what means? I'm like, what do you mean? What means? Like a nonsense made up word. He's like, no, it's not. It's like, it's a word that means, and then he tells me what it means. Oh, and I didn't believe him, so I went and asked our 17-year-old son, who immediately got uncomfortable when I asked him if he knew what that word meant. And then he's like, why? And I'm like, well, because I just said it like a dozen times in my YouTube video. And he's like, Mom, you can't say that in your YouTube video. I'm like, oh my gosh. To be fair, my daughter also didn't know what it meant. And now, immediately following this is my emergency plan. This is the best I could come up with in the moment, because as soon as this is done, and then I figure out how to splice it in the middle, I'm posting this. This is the visual representation of like simultaneously pushing through and giving up at the same time. Whatever that looks like is accumulated here in this moment. Okay, both things are simultaneously occurring. I'm gonna go take a poll. I'm like seriously gonna go ask my neighbors. I'm gonna be like, hey, what does mean? I'm gonna see if I'm the only one that didn't know. Oh, okay. Anyway, enjoy your video. It's gonna resume now. And dumpster fire, and okay, bye. This spin, it's slippier. When I went to go spin this exact same one in the last video, like I just did a couple little treadles and it was just like whoop, like we seized right up, and I had to slow down, loosen things up. This one, I can actually treadle a little bit faster for how fast I want to spin because it's slippier, which is exactly what you would expect silk to do, right? Add a slip factor, and it is, and it's so pretty, and it's very smooth and shiny. Although the bond was already smooth and shiny and really nice to spin and pretty and all the rest of it, we have just heightened it even more so with the addition of this 20% silk. So, oh, carding it. What was it like to process it? See, my brain's coming back to me. 10 minutes in, I'm finally finding my track. That really threw me a lot. Okay, so the processing of this, silk is always a pain in the butt. Like every single time, it's a pain in the butt because of my preference for spinning silk. So you'll notice like there's bats out there that are like, they've got ribbons, veins, streaks, moments of silk that's sort of like flying through and happening. And ours are extremely blended. So I consider them to be more of an infusion. We've taken the silk and we've taken the wool and we have just absolutely unified them by passing them through the carder until you can't really tell one from the other. That's the goal that we always want. I do all of my creating based on my own preferences, right? Like that's what I get to do because I own this ship. And so when I spin, I like to be like thoughtless. Like I'm sitting here, I got one hand doing a long draw and my other hand's in a bowl of Chicago mix and I'm watching like Love is Blind on Netflix and I'm just completely enveloped. Love is Blind. Or, you know, important documentaries about things and not trashy reality television. Or just Love is Blind. And I kind of just don't want to always manage my spin, and I find that when I come across moments in yarns where there's like maybe an area that's texturally different and it could slip, or like I have to manage it just a little bit more. I love the look of the resulting yarn and I do spin those yarns, but I'm definitely more like focused. Whereas a lot of the time for me spinning, when it's not sampling, when I'm spinning just for pleasure or my own projects, they are going to be like the more well-blended stuff. Therefore, that's what I make at Melly Knits. We just blend it out. And then I buy beautiful art bats from all of my friends with all of the veins and the pretties and everything like that for my picture perfect yarns. But anyway, so that is how we process it repeatedly, forever, nice and slow, until it gets really, really infused. So carding a glow bat for us versus any other type of bat takes not quite twice as long, but close, because you have to go really slow or the silk can kind of bunch up and clump, especially bombyx. That stuff is just like, it'll go chunky on you in 2 seconds. Area can be a bit of a pain in the butt too. So peduncle seems to always behave. I appreciate it for that. This one behaved, but you have to go slow. You have to really draft things out, really separate things, and just pass it through, pass it through, pass it through until it's completely infused. And then I'm happy, and then off it goes. Well, I'm going to end this video here and now. I can't believe I actually saw through recording it. But at least I'm actually talking to people this time and not sitting here alone in my room. Oh, this is the opposite of how I ended the last video. This is the opposite. But one thing that hasn't changed is that I'm very happy to be here and that there are just tens of people that check in on these videos and watch them. And really, truly, much love to you all. And goodbye.